Hey YouTube, it's your favorite mega cult survivor, Leah Lauder, and I hope that this recording isn't going to be delayed. I'm on live on YouTube as well, and today, as you can see from the title, I'm going to be talking about the Baddie turn pick me pipeline. And if you haven't checked out part 1, please do go and do it. But do you know what? I'm going to go through a summary because the live got disrupted. Actually, I wasn't on YouTube, I was on TikTok. But I'm just going to give you a summary of what I've been talking about. So I spent 18 years in a church cult and I was married for almost a decade. So I've kind of like been the baddie and then been like the pick me single married wife. And there's this like lie that they tell, and I think it's because majority of married women want to believe the lie, you know, that they benefit from that arrangement with marriage, but they don't actually. And so I just want to like demystify it a bit because a lot of women have like wasted their lives. Do you know what I mean? Just be married to these dusties. So I just want to go through it, and I'm going to be titling the first part of this, but it's a summary: when a woman loses herself. So I firstly want to say that, you know, I hope I'm doing it the right way around. Wait, hold on, guys. Okay, all right, let me just start from here. All right, so when a woman loses herself, so there's a few different phases with this. And the first one is the independent phase. And that's when a woman builds her own identity through her own voice, work, her own worldview. And then when you see the partnership, that's like the merge of the identity together. It becomes building. Oh, Miss Elrose, hey, babe. Oh, Miss Elrose, I'm doing a lot better. Well, not a lot, but a lot better than what I was doing before. I'm not going to lie. I've managed to put on some stick-on nails. I managed to put a head tie on today, so that's good. But I'm still in a lot of pain and I got chronic fatigue, man. But I feel just putting on the press-on nails, it made me feel more like Leah. So I'm just going through this whole like baddie turn pick me because we see it a lot. And it's like the women just let themselves go. They just lose their identity completely. It's really sad. And I've been going through the stages of what happens. And then there's the invisible transfer of labor. So this is where the loss begins quietly. So she starts to emotionally regulate the relationship, financially stabilize the household, platform the man socially, spiritually, or materially, and translate his potential into a reality. So she starts to take on, you know, that burden of having to like build this man up, not because she's weak, but because she's competent. So this is like the Barbara the Builder phase. And this is when the woman is like completely like disassociated from reality and she wants to believe, you know, that this potential is going to happen. And sometimes women wait decades believing that, you know, the potential is going to become a reality, you know. So she is not longer just building with him, she's building for him. And that's where you start to see the toll of these women carrying the relationship on their back. But you see with these women, they'll speak like with their words in their mouth, but you can just see on that they just look at MESS. Then there's the identity collapse disguised as maturity, because a lot of these women are young brides in these church cult settings, so they get married really young. And then you've got all the other girls, you know, wishing and hoping that they could, you know, have a wedding and a man pick me, but it's not what it's all panned out to be. And they go from like being really independent, like being their own woman, like, you know, just making like really good content, and then they get married to these men. Jail. It's just everything changes. It's just all about cooking, cleaning in the kitchen, and it's just like, chill. Anyway, so the woman's identity becomes woman in relation to man. There's no separation. Even when there's like healthy relationship language that's used, etc. When the identity, you see that merging of identity, do you get what I'm saying? It's just doomed for failure. That's why it's like we're getting a backlog. So now we're seeing like all of these, like couple, social media couple relationships, like divorcing, infidelity, and whatever. And then we'll see the next batch later on. And people think I'm not negative. I'm a realist. I don't have my heads in the clouds. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a realist. You know what I mean? And then if you can prove me wrong, great. I'm not. I'm not like. I welcome. I welcome someone to prove me wrong. Do you know what I mean? I'm all for listening and seeing an example. But as I always say, the hands of time will tell. Do you know what I mean? I'm never dating a man again. I'm going to be celibate for the rest of my life. I think I've invested a lot in men in my lifetime, and I just feel like, like this is my time to like kind of like just get to know Leo. So I think, doing that for the rest of my life is just, I think that's the best way forward for me. But again, take what resonates and leave what doesn't, ladies. Um, and then we've got the marriage as an accelerator, not the cause. So marriage itself doesn't create the problem, it formalizes it. So it legitimizes her sacrifice, spiritualizes endurance, and reframes loss as virtue. It's almost like when these women get married, they just feel like they've got a right to come and like teach other women, like they've arrived. And I think that that's why it's such a MESS, because there's just certain scriptures that remain true. You know that scripture, pride comes before a great fall. And it's also the delusion. These men will make you delusional, chair. Sorry. And there's something that happens as well. And this is why I'm afraid to like, I wouldn't get in a relationship again, because there's a like, I don't want to say stain because that might be a bit strong, but when you start being around these men all the time, like naturally when you're around a guy or like someone, it's like you start to become like each other. That's why you have to be protective of your energy. And when these women are in the thick of it, they can't see that these men are just not it. Do you understand? Like, they think it looks so good. Like, Lord God. So, especially when the man cannot lead materially. And a lot of men that will get married will be men child, especially man child, especially if they don't have money. If they're not like ballers, because wealthy men will marry for a different reason. And that's just the truth. Like, I don't care if people are like, oh, this, that, and the third. Just open your eyes and smell the coffee, ladies. Hey, Gios, but you know what? I have to understand that I've been there. I've been there. So I'm not trying to be on here and be like, because I have been there and I was I was in the marriage for almost 10 years. So I can't even chat. But I'm just here to try and help a sister out. Take it or leave it, chair. All right. And then another thing is they can't provide stability. And then another thing that I've heard when it comes to these men that get married young as well is they can't lead. That's one of the main reasons why they divorce, is that these men cannot lead. It's like the woman doing everything. She's leading this guy, and it just becomes draining. And then so they can't lead materially, they can't provide stability, they can't lead, period. But they still expect the authority and the respect and this, that, and the third. And then you've got to remember, like with the religious element of it as well, it exasperates it. Guys, I'm telling you, I've seen wives, yeah, where they're like ex-husbands were like not even working, like unemployed, and they were still cooking for them, like breaking their back. So she compensates and calls it love. So let's look at the pick me trap rebranded. So this isn't loud, desperate pick me of the internet. This is the mature, socially approved version. I chose this. We're building. I'm in control. It's not about me anymore. This is what commitment looks like. But the result is the same. Her selfhood becomes collateral. I want to say here, I'm not saying that women shouldn't love men, because I still love men. Do you know what I mean? And I've had great times with men. Sorry, I was thinking about my ex last night, chair. I was thinking about some steamy memories, and I was like, why? Like, why did you have to mess this up? But then I was like, there's no way I would have, because guys, I'm not gonna lie, when I'm active, like with a guy, it's like my brain just goes out the window. Like I just get so addicted to, you know what, like it just becomes an MESS. It just, so for me, and this is a part of learning myself. For me, I just cutting it off completely. Yeah, just cutting it off completely. It doesn't it doesn't mesh well. Neither does it serve the purpose. And what I've noticed over the almost 40 years of me being on this earth is it's always a man that's a downfall of a woman. When I say this, guys, you've got to factor in that I've been married for almost was married for almost a decade. I had like my dream wedding. I've got two beautiful kids. I've had, you know, like the decent 2.0 family, 3 bedroom home with the garage, the big double drive. I've had all of that, yeah, the range, done all of that up. So now, as I've divorced, I was out, I dated, I was just, and obviously I was attracting wealthy men. So I've had my fair share of dating wealthy men, this, that, and third. So, you know, I've seen. I feel like I've had quite a bird's eye lens of men, and so I feel like I'm just going to leave it for the young gal. Them, do you know what I mean? And I don't mean that in a patronizing way. I don't mean that, but it's just the young gal. Them, you know, like you're still like finding yourself, like learning, and I feel like men are more for like puppy love. Do you know what I mean? And then when a woman matures, because because I get why the mature women just haven't really said anything because in all honesty they don't care, do they? They're just living their life and they just feel the little girls, the young girls will learn. But the thing is, we do need to start having like a voice, like a narrative, because I don't know that I've just got a heart for people. This is the way God made me. I don't know why I'm like this and I don't know why I cur, but I do. So I want to reiterate that I'm not saying women shouldn't love men. But I think you need to have control, ladies, and I think you need to be in charge. And I think you need to love yourself so much before you even think about getting involved with a man, to the point where you worship yourself and you love yourself and you can't get enough of yourself. Because even if you do get a weird one that tries to come in and, you know, he's acting like a gal and trying to break you down through insecurity or whatever, you've just built yourself up enough. Because women don't realize this is like an energetic thing. Do you know what I mean? And it's like about rebuilding yourself and having to, like, you know, cleanse and mentally clear. It's just long. It's just, but not many women even do this. They just hop to different men and carry the baggage. And so they form like many different personalities of a man. And these like washed up 304 religious gal them want to throw it in direct, like your whole personality is your trauma. Babes, my whole personality is not my trauma, because I dress better than you, I look better than you when you're getting two incomes in with your husband, and I'm older than you. So how can it be my whole personality? The mega church is your whole personality. That's why their wigs a mess and the whole fit. Are you all right? I know they hate to see me, because why do I look better than you? I'm severely disabled. I can barely walk, but why do I? And this is where you need to start looking at the severity, because these women are claiming that they're happily married, they got the, you know, they're building their future, they're doing all of this, they're pastor's wife, this, but why do they look like that? When you look at their pictures, guys, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, and this is the deception. When these women marry like a regular, or they marry the potential and not the reality, they're like now in a distorted reality, because they can't come to the realization that like they've made a mistake and they've become the woman that they've always been afraid of becoming. So there becomes this splitting and they become very strange. And then what was the point I was getting to with this? Oh, I don't even remember, because guys, you know what? This is really, really triggering for me, because I was almost married for a decade, and you know, like I was this pick me, and I've had to like pick myself up. It's been crazy. The pick me's then have to pick themselves up. All right, so I'm not saying that women shouldn't love men. I'm saying in a misogynistic system, women are asked to disappear or shrink themselves down or change themselves or whatever in order to make relationships work. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. When a girl marries a regular, everything becomes really regular. and then they're trying to build and they're trying. But when a woman marries correctly, like the man will be like providing for her, so she'll be in her feminine energy. Do you understand? So, like I saw this girl, like she married this guy and he got her like a spa for like 3 weeks after the baby was born, so she gets massages, this, that, and the third. And I was like, wow, like it's just worth like waiting. Do you know what I mean? Like just becoming the version of yourself that you want to be. But sometimes for some women, part of their journey, like myself, but I'm not gonna remarry because I'm not getting with another man again. But for the women that do like go from like the baddie to pick me pipeline, they kind of have to be in that unalived marriage for a bit to like hit rock bottom, find themselves. Then like if they heal and put in the work, then they can come back like stronger and better. And then that's usually when they marry correctly. Yeah. And it's a part of life, and it's a part of it's a part of the journey. But ladies, if you're young, I just wouldn't recommend. Is my thing? I just wouldn't recommend marrying when you're young. I'm telling, like, majority of women. There are the few that it does work for, but majority of women, they're just going to look back and they're going to see it as the biggest mistake and regret of their life. And the thing that you'll keep saying to yourself, if you have a child with them, because if you don't, if you're lucky enough to not breed for them, but if you do, what carries you through your life and what keeps you sane and showing up for your child or your kids is saying that at least you got the kids out of it, out of the relationship. Child, it's not easy. It's not easy. So think about it, especially if you're in like a church cult setting and there's a real pressure on you. You come in as a baddie and there's a real pressure on you to conform or become like a pick me. So like, just that really boring like aesthetic. And it's like you're losing your individuality and your authenticity. I would say that's a big red flag. Okay. And some women don't realize they're gone until their whole life is organized around someone else's becoming. So the focus shifts from them, their individuality, it being about self, and it then and it's very subtle. It could then merge into like this duo, but it doesn't become about there's no identity outside of being a wife and being connected to this man. And when the man like targets a woman, hey Miss CHM, when the man targets the woman for opportunistic reasons, like the Offsets of this world, the Timothy Bayones of this world, the Nia Cerise and Timothy Bayone, and then you've got the Offset and Cardi. These are men that just prey on women, and like at their peak. But what they do is they siphon their energy. So it's like they kind of stunt the trajectory of their success, if you like. But the thing is, remember, like Cardi, she came back. That's the thing, but not many women have like that ability. But in this day and age where there's more content around like, self-love and finding self and, centering, because I don't even think it's about decentering men. It's just about putting yourself first. Like, why do we even need to bring men into the equation in the first place? Just put yourself first. We need to decenter the church, them ones. That's just how I feel. I don't care. Guys, you do realize like I've got no one on YouTube at the moment and I don't care. I'm sitting here talking like I've got about 20 people listening to me. I really don't care. Like, guys, I was born with the gift of the gab. Like, I literally talk to myself. Does anyone else talk to themselves? I feel like the most like intelligent folk are the ones who literally have like, like complete dialogues with self. But guys, do you know what? I'm noticing the more I'm getting older and I'm like on social media more and stuff like that. I'm noticing like I think I'm noticing I'm more autistic. Like, but apparently in women, um, the older you get, the more you start to notice, isn't it? Like, is it the signs or whatever? I don't know. Like, this is just really new to me. There's like a lot of things that are happening at once. But there's this like neurodivergent baddie that I follow, and she talks like this. Do you know the one I'm talking about? And she's really pretty, and she's like She almost seems a bit like bimbo-ish, like airheadish. And I've been, like following her, I've realized, oh my God, like this is how I am, like OMG. And it's like, oh God, guys, I don't even know if what I'm saying is making sense, but the older I get, the more. And this is another reason why I'm deciding like not to be in a relationship ever again. And it's not because I'm saying like because I'm autistic, I can't be in a relationship. Hell no. I'm saying I don't even have a diagnosis yet. I'm almost 40. I've been through all this stuff in my life. Like, even when I get my diagnosis, I'm still going to have to like work through it. And I've got to learn everything there is to know about like autism and ADHD and this, that, and the third. And, and the things I want to do and achieve, I just don't see how like a man would like necessarily like add to it in any way. So, I kind of feel like I've had my time with men and I'm just kind of like done. But ladies and also the men that are on here, I don't want it to sound like I'm done like in a discarding way. I just mean done for me. Because you have to remember I'm almost 40, like I've had my time, I've had my beautiful kids, like I've been married to a covert narcissist for almost 10 years. So I've had my fair share of ups and downs. And I just want to put Leah first for a bit. All right, let's get into the next bit. Guys, I'm not going to be on here for long, yeah, just because I am so tired. And also, I want to enjoy these popping candy things a little bit more. And you know what, guys? I'm so happy. Like, I've been through it. I have been, guys, since September, my health has like deteriorated and declined. And for those of you that come on like a bit more, have you noticed like I've just been ill like consistently like since September, just sick, 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 sick. And actually, and guys, do you know what? I haven't even told my mum. I need to speak to my mum about it. God, I hope she's not on the live. But basically, guys, my GP has referred me. And don't be like, oh, Leah, I'm so sorry, and this and that. Don't be like that, guys, because the thing is, there's a lot of different things going on with my body. Like I'm losing feelings to my legs. Like right now, I'm in pain. This is another Aaliyah, we need to do like, I want to invite you to do like a little beauty day because like I don't go out and I can't go out at the moment. But I got these and I stuck them on myself, Elites. Are you proud? Look, I did this myself. Look, I got these for like £3 and I stuck them on myself. But Elite, I want you to help me get some proper ones. And because I think I've got the proper glue and help me just get good at it. Yeah, and just help me get good at it because, girl, I can't go to get nails done anymore. My back. I can't, there's no way I can sit in that chair for like 2 hours. My nails take like 2.5 hours. And the honest truth is, before I had this like episode, this health episode, it was getting harder for me to sit in the chair. And I just don't think I can't even sit up for long. Like on here, it looks like I'm sitting up a bit more, but on YouTube, you can see I'm literally laying down. So I just like, these took me like not even 10 minutes to just stick on, and I feel fabulous. Do they look all right on the TV? I feel really good, like just sticking these on, because where I've been bedridden, I haven't been able to get out of my bed. I haven't been able to do anything for myself at all. Like just being able to feel, and guys, when I tell you I feel a bit better, it's not like, oh, I'm skipping and I'm running through the grass. It's like I'm able to put on stick-on nails. I'm able to put a wrap on instead of just throwing on my bonnet, or you know what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. Like now I'm like, I'm still ill. I'm still ill. But when I get out of, when I'm in like the not relapse, but I'm having like a flare up, when I'm coming out of it, it's like that's when I realized, oh my God, like it was that bad. But I've never had it this bad where I haven't been able to walk. Yeah, me too. And but Elites, you know where to get the good ones from, where I can order them, because these ones were only £3, but I'm actually surprised at how thick they are. You lot better be careful I don't start doing up the nail thing on TikTok, guys. I might start doing it. But guys, if I do it, yeah, I'm not going to be tacky with it. I'm just going to be honest and just be like, these are the ones that I got and these ones are good. And I'm just going to talk normally because and if you do it, guys, please don't, I'm not talking about you, but sometimes I just feel it's a little bit cringe, like, oh, these. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, I can't do it. I think it's because I'm a millennial. So I can't. But I can put the nails on and say, are you not feeling it? If you're feeling it, there's a little link there. Because the thing is, ooh, Christmas candy. Oh my God, I can't lose one of these bad boys. Miss El Rose, I wish you were here for me to give you one. Guys, and you guys on there, because there's only about, oh my God, look, it's in my sleeve. There's only about 8 of you. So I think I've got about 8 of them left. Where's it gone? All right, let me talk before you lot start going. But we have to like change it up a bit because guys, this is heavy stuff, man. Especially for the women that have like ended up marrying Dusties. I really do feel for you. Because when you marry these regular degulars, they just turn you into like this washed up wife. Like, and you know what as well? You know what you'll notice when these women marry wrong? You'll notice that they'll be like what's the word I'm looking for? Like all of a sudden they're like they become hustlers. Guys, my advice, yeah, if you still want like the recognition, you know, like to feel like you've done something, I would rather do a ceremony. I would rather do a ceremony, like a love ceremony, and then keep the business and the partnership stuff separately. So if you ever do split up, it's very separate because everybody goes into it like it's a fairy tale. They're not thinking long term. Like divorce rates are high, so let me just like use my brain. It's like as women, our brain just goes out of the window. It's like when I got married, I got engaged to a man I didn't know. After 3 months, it was even less than that. It was even less. Facts for the follow, babe. It was even less. And my mum couldn't say nothing because I was just so far in. Like I was severely indoctrinated. I'd already made up my mind, and the kind of person I am, if you go against me, like there's no point. And my mum knows me well, innit? Obviously, she gave birth to me, and I'm a lot like my dad. It's best to just leave. That's why I leave my dad. I don't go contact with my dad or his mum. I ain't got time for that, man. I like my peace. And that's another thing that I hate in these church cults as well. They'd be forcing these young, vulnerable girls that have been abused by their dads. Their dad's like a retired pred or still going. You know them ones. And actively encouraging these girls who have been ABUSED'd by their dad to respect them. Anyway, you know what? I'm not going to get into it because I've got limited time. But guys, I thought I'd come on and just share things small here and there because I'm so tired, and the chronic fatigue I have is absolutely because I live with a disability. I live with chronic illness. I live with Addison's and chronic kidney disease, all autoimmune diseases, and all because of the cult. And now it's looking like I'm getting referred to neurobiology for, is it multiple sclerosis? I don't even know how to pronounce it. You know that multiple sclerosis thing? Because I've been getting the numbness, the shaking, the fits and stuff. But the thing is, guys, I'm not going to lie. I know a lot of people. Yeah, MS. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Do you know it? Multiple sclerosis. Yeah. Hey, Eunice. But I'm not, guys. And do you know why I decided to share it at this stage? But I haven't even told my mum. It's so bad. My friend has that. Oh yeah. I remember. Hi, my love. I remember a girl in the cult that had it actually. Yeah, multiple sclerosis. Yeah, and it's all autoimmune. And there was a girl that had it in the cult, and she used to play the piano. She's lovely. I think she's still in there, bless her. But she was lovely. She played the piano at my wedding. I know it was quite hard for her, but guys, do you know what? I've got to the point where I'm so tired. I've got such chronic fatigue. I'd like, because when you live with chronic illness and fatigue, it's not really about the diagnosis. Because when the pain is so bad, I don't even feel like I want to be here. That's the honest truth. Like I'm crying out to God and I'm saying, God, just, yeah, I can't take it. So when people live with chronic illnesses, it can take so long to get a diagnosis that you're just suffering. Oh, look within. Yeah, me too. That's why I'm trying to come on the lives and do something small, because I just sleep in all the time. And I would prefer to get the diagnosis of MS if that's what it is. So I can be put on the medication. I can know how to manage it. Because if I have it and I'm not managing it and I'm not getting medication, it's like, do you know what I mean? It's literally the impact and cost of day-to-day living. That's what I'm saying, babe. But I'm already so affected. Alita, I do not leave my house. I can't walk long distances. I'm struggling with my stairs right now. I'm like making it to the bathroom, but I'm because I was in my bed majority of the time, but I could function. I could like do the school run and like do certain things and come back and rest and then do, but it was starting to take its toll on me. It was starting to take its toll on me. But I did my best, man. I really did fight. Like I fought, man. I fought with everything in me to maintain as much of a normal life. Thanks, Rasta Pinky. Is it Rasta Pinky? Like I tried, but in the end, my body just shut down, and that's where like I lost the feeling to my legs. Thank you, my love. I've got the feeling back to my legs. I can feel my legs now, but it's like pins and needles, my feet, and then I get like really bad just aches like all over my arms and my back. So, but guys, I've made peace with it. Like I'm surprised I haven't had something worse. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I've made peace with whatever diagnosis come. Like I've been through a lot. You lot, need to remember I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot in my life, and to be honest, like the stuff that I've been through, I'm kind of like I kind of like just want to fulfill whatever purpose or whatever it is I have to do here as soon as possible so I can go. I'm not, I don't like it here. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to do the best I can. As you know, my boyfriend was unalived by the police in 2007. So wherever he is, that's where I want to be at, you know. So I've had a lot of trauma, man. And as trauma, the way you feel the same. Thanks for sharing that, Jay, because it's nice to know that it resonates with people. Do you know what I mean? Especially when you're like bearing your heart and soul. So I really appreciate that, bro. I just feel like life's just beat me. Like I've just been battered by life. Do you know what I mean? Like a punching bag. I thank God I don't look like what I've been through, but it's just like I feel like I'm starting to though. Do you know what I mean? Like I really do feel like it because this last whatever happened. Guys, it's the worst thing I've ever been through. And then you got to realize, like, I live in this, like, where I live in the sticks. You can't just jump on a bus and get somewhere. You can't just go out and there's a bus stop. It's not, I live in the sticks. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, if you don't have a core, that's it. Like, and then on top of it, I've got my mobility issues. So it's been HEOL. Yeah. Yeah, I've been totally secluded, but thank God I've got my kids ain't annoying, innit? I love them kids to bits. I love my girls. So I do love being, in the presence of my children. And I'm a creative. So I find ways, candles, incense, stuff like that, music. But it's hard. But I want everybody to know, like, I've made peace with this, guys. Like, I'm okay with it. I've made peace with it. Like, rather when I look at all of the, like, especially when you look at it from like a neurobiological lens, like I really shouldn't be in my right mind. Like I should be a lot more. I shouldn't be as functional as I am. No, no, no way in hell. So any diagnoses that come after this, I'm just preparing myself, and I'm also making peace with it, guys, because part of, I'm not living in a fantasy world. If I didn't have the chronic issues that I have, like health issues, and I didn't have the mental health stuff that I had, there would be no way, I would have married rich. I would have just been with a guy that takes care of me. I would have probably been a lot more artificial, like superficial as well. So like, because with the fake church, like they preach a lot of like wealth, like prosperity, like, health, wealth. But actually, like when you deal with like sickness or illness or disappointment or whatever, and you still trust in God and you still believe in, and it's also okay if you don't believe in God, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But just in my case, like I really do ride out for God. I can't lie. Like I love me a bit of God. So and then I'm just like a spiritual neurodivergent baddie who's trying to deconstruct and deprogram her mind after being in a cult for 18 years. And I do that through healing through knowledge and through frequency, so sound. So if anything that I'm saying interests you, then please give me a follow. Oh, Rasta Pinky, can you please follow my main account? It's just called Leah Lauder, because this is like one of my backup accounts. I have 8 accounts in total. So I'm not always on here. This is like a one-off. Yeah. If you put in Leah Lauder, you'll see like I've got bare accounts, but it's the one of me. There's a black and white one and one of me facing a water because you seem cool. And anyone else who's on here that's followed me as well, if you would like to keep up to date with what we're doing, and you know, because I'm so tired and I'm sure I've got chronic fatigue, but I could have MS as well. So my energy levels are so low at the moment. So usually I'm a lot more vibrant. And you know what would have been great if I was in like better health. Oh, I love you, Elite. I've got a pink mic that's like the same color as like Elite. No, like some of the more old school people because I sing and stuff. So, but it's been such a while, you know, because my health's just been deteriorating, and I've still been like fighting back. Do you know what I mean? Like with the content, because nothing's ever enough in my mind, and then like in the cult nothing was ever good enough, and then like whatever neurodivergent thing I've got going on where it's never enough, it like exasperates it. So I've just been in this, I even if I say this is a loop, it's not in a bad way, because I'm really glad that like my obsessive compulsive like behaviors and like cognitive processes have actually benefited others, you know, because I become really obsessed with like to attention to detail, um, like you know, like knowledge. If I'm looking into something, I want to get into the bottom of it. So that's why I don't like going into like rabbit holes of like conspiracies as such. But what I do like dipping my toes into is like sacred texts and knowledge from a vast array of different things. So I'm not religious. So there's parts from Buddhism around meditation, stillness, mind over matter, that I have an interest in. And then I haven't quite looked into Hinduism and Sikhism, but I'm sure there's a bit from every type of faith or belief system. So I'm not here to judge. I'm more here to learn, because I think that there's kind of like a truth, isn't there, in everything. Oh, you're also the same. Oh my God, I love that. And do you know what, babe? If there were more people who had this approach to life, I think that we would live in a much more peaceful space. But unfortunately, we've just got a lot of like greedy individuals that really do operate from like, you know, that ego, like that ego realm. And a lot of people just they don't want to face their shadows, but they want to talk about the shadows. Like I find that really strange. Hi, Annie. Ines, look. I've got stick-ons. Look, Ines, they were only £3 quid. Do you want me to send you the link? Because, ladies, I'm not going to lie. It's my birthday and I had this whole thing planned I was going to do up. But, guys, I just said to my mum, and I was going to do something with my hair. Oh, I love Ines so much. And then I just said to my mum, I said, Mum, like, it's unrealistic. I'm not going to be able to do any of these things. So I reckon my mum's just going to come to mine. And then I think I'm going to do a birthday live as well. And I think I'll probably do my birthday cake with you guys. But you know what? They got some Hello Kitty ones. If you like it, any, because these were only like £3. I think they were £3.50 because it's got a sale on. But there's a Hello Kitty one that I got, guys. Oh my God. When I tell you these are so banging, I'm hoping and praying that they come. But I'm going to add gems to this and stuff. This is just me sticking it on. Oh my God. There was a little doggy. Thanks, Ines. And these ones are quite, look, Ines, you know, like when you're doing like another little hubby date and you just want to quickly stick on the nails, girl. This is what I was thinking for you because, babe, you know, like how you wear your matching fits and stuff. I'm thinking you can get like a little red now to go with the fit. Do you know? Yeah, they're really sturdy, they're strong, and I'll put you onto the glue, guys. I'm gonna do a tutorial. Yeah, I'm gonna do I wish I'd done a tutorial, but guys, I was just doing up. I just said, let me just put. I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link for all the ones. Guys, do you want to see the ones I got? Guys, I'm not even joking. Yeah, like I got, but I've ordered some Hello Kitty ones. There, so guys, let me put you onto the glue. This is the glue. Yeah, this glue is so good. Can you lot see it? Look at that. This is the glue, guys. This ain't going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. And then I got these ones. And guys, these are so bloody cute. Oh my God. Look at these. Look at these, guys. These are so bloody cute. Like, how cute are these? And you know, you can file them down as well. But you know me, I like a long nail. So I got these ones. And then, because I can't sit in that chair anymore. It just, my back, you know. These ones are a bit thin. But I just said to myself, do you know what? I'm going to keep these anyway. Because I've got builder gel. So I was thinking I could just build these up. But these, oh God, they ain't going anywhere. And they were cheaper than these. So I'm really, really happy. I'm not even going to lie. I am so blooming happy with her. And then these pink ones are just it. Like I want to get some black ones. So now this is just like what I'm on. And you know what? I'm so happy because like I'm housebound at the moment. I can't really get around until they sort out a mobility accessory for me. But you know what, guys? I'm going to be on that moped with my head tie. I'm going to put lights on it. I'm going to have I've already got my speaker. Don't play. I'm going to put my flowers. Yeah, guys, I just make the best of whatever situation I'm in. I just make the best of the situation. Like this is how it is meant to be. If it was not meant to be like this, it wouldn't be so. And you know what? And I don't want to cry. I'm going to try not to cry when I say this, yeah? Oh, Elite said I'm going to rock it. Thanks, babe. I also think part of my advocacy piece is also like, I want to make like disability cool because I'm cool, bitch. So it's like whatever's going on with me, like that's cool. Do you know what I mean? If I'm a church cult survivor, it's in. If I'm disabled, it's in. And I just, you know, like especially for the young baddies, like the young baddies that are like neurodivergent, like period, like neurodivergents with learning difficulties, like disabilities, like we are it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like they've been putting us down for too long, man. We need to take our rightful place. Do you know what I mean? Like, and now there's more of an equilibrium because now they're saying, no, too many people are saying that they're ADHD, autistic. Is it because we're having more knowledge and the human like collective consciousness is like raising, so we're becoming more aware and more conscious and more woke on what's going on. So now there's like more neurodivergent people than there's ever been before. So now doesn't that mean that you need to make some changes to society then? Because it's not like we're not the minority anymore, are we? And neurodivergence, we work in different ways, but this society is disabling. We are not the disabled ones. It's the society that's disabling. Do you get what I'm saying? Like neurodivergence, like we work in different ways, like our brain operates in different ways as well. And anyway, I was reading somewhere, they're saying that AI is it how many years it's going to replace a lot of the jobs? And apparently we're only going to have like 2-day working weeks, or eventually it will get to the point where people just like work. It will be like a hobby. But can you imagine that, guys? Like in 20 years, like our future, like generations, like saying to us, oh my God, like, how did you do it? How did you do it, great grandma? Like, how did you work? Like, how did you work, great grandma? You're just like, what? And that was very much a part of our lives, you know, like before they invented cars and they invented like, you know, all different things. And I just want to say for anyone that's reporting, because you have a lot of faith in a pastor and a mog that has absolutely no power in the spiritual realm, in this realm, in any type of realm. So what I'm going to tell you is every time before I come on this live, I set an intention. So for the next 7 days, you're gonna notice something happen immediately from today. And after 2 p.m. tomorrow, you're gonna notice something very significant. And when that happens, you're gonna look at your phone and you're going to see us after 2 o'clock and you're going to remember what I said is true. This is why people are getting afraid and scared. It's not because I'm sitting here talking human fecal matter. It's because you'll learn the hard way. It's because those who don't hear must feel. That's why. And you can sit there and laugh and be like, oh, it's not going to happen. But I've got the same power your Mog has over you, because he's just a man, just like I'm just a woman. And when in that dimension and that realm within your reality, you believe in spoken words, you believe in witchcraft, you believe in judge, you believe in all those things. So if I make that real and I manipulate your energy and get into your energetic magnetic field, because you don't even understand spiritual hygiene. You're saying in Plead the Blood of Jesus, someone that a whitey Roman guy around the table of Nicaea invented, actually. Calling on a Roman whitey deity, actually. Yeah. But anyway, guys, I've been on for 45 minutes. I'm going to go and take a break, and I'm going to come back later because I need to like get something to eat and just like take a break. So I'll be back on, and I'm going to be back on a different account. It might be the other one. All right then, guys. Love you. I'll be back. I'll be back, guys. I'll be back, YouTube, okay? Because I can feel myself getting irate and pissed off. And a survivor was telling me, like, when I get like that, to just like take a break and come back. So I'm going to do it because I also don't want people having that, you know, like that power and hold over me. And also I'm trying to keep myself like zen, like very peaceful and calm. So I'll be back. Love ya. I'll be back a while.